Hey guys! So I've had a couple people ask me how I make my interactive posts, my featured photos, like all of the things that I do on Facebook sometimes. And I felt like this would be the easiest way to explain to everyone how I do it. Bear with me though, the lighting and the audio is really crappy, but I have to use my laptop for this so I can show you on my phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. So typically, if I say we're doing a quote, okay, and for my story, I don't really change it up. I'll just post the original. But if I'm going to post it to my wall, I do like to switch it up a little bit so people, if it's over circulated, sometimes the algorithm will block it. So I want to make sure that people see it. So I kind of change it up. So I have a quote board, but sometimes I just scroll through the like feed to see what I can find. But today we're just gonna go to a regular one. So say we want to do this one. I will usually go and so I also have a background one. And I just share or I just like pin stuff that I like. I don't really have a method to this. So really if you have a color that you like, go for that. Like literally you can search and it will pull up a bunch. So then you can press these little three dots and download the image. So we've done that, and then I head over to Over, and we will just make it the normal size. You can do all of the things, like it's got pre-built sizes for you, but today we're just gonna stick with the original. Okay, so you're gonna press the text button and type in whatever quote it is that you're wanting to do. I always forget the wording, so I'm gonna have to go back. We're just gonna go with this one. Okay. And as you can see, I do not pay for the Pro. I just use free, okay? And there's tons of fonts. If you don't like the ones that you see, because I've actually already downloaded some, if you go all the way to the back or the end, you can see that they have even more that you can download. But for today, I'm just going to stick with the cookies and cream font. Okay? So, okay, now it's got your quote on there. Well, you can also go to graphic and you can save them to a collection or you can search. So let's just look up hearts. I don't know. I'm not trying to really make this cute. I'm just trying to show y'all what you can do. And when you have more time, you can do all the things. Let's see here. And don't ask me why certain things pop up. I don't know how a heart, like an Easter egg, counts as a heart, but whatever. We're just gonna go with it. So scroll through, find whatever you want. I'm gonna choose the lips today. So now you've got it on there. If you want to move it behind something or maybe in front of, depending on how many layers you have, you press those three little lines and you can move it. So now it's underneath the words. Okay. And you can also edit how like solid it is. You can make it blurry or I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Disappear a little bit. And you've got a bunch of different options. So that's really it for quotes. That's literally all I do. I dress it up the way I want it to look. And if you want to save how it looks, you press that little box on the top right, and then you click save. And there you have it. So that is how I do the quotes. As far as interactive posts go, that's a little more detailed. Okay, so I'm gonna go, I went ahead and made a folder. So this was a lot easier. All right. So I made a friend an interactive post because I get a bunch of ideas from Pinterest. Like you can literally search interactive Facebook posts and it'll give you all these different ideas. But again, sometimes you might not like every option that's on it, or you just want to make it something your own. So she wanted to do a whole Tex-Mex option with the little reaction buttons. So what I do is we're gonna go to white, we're gonna leave it, and then so we've got the logo. Again, I just Googled these. So, but this time I just went ahead and kept them in. So these are the 4 options she wanted to do. I basically just make a grid with them. And the reason I chose white, because I don't even really like the color white. I don't know why, but I don't. But for these, it works because then you don't have to like do a bunch of cropping to try to make it look right. Okay, so I'm not gonna really mess with lining them all up right now. Okay, so the reaction buttons. Again, I found these on Pinterest. Save the photo. You can see it right there. And what I do, you go to crop, go to custom, and you just pick whichever one you're wanting to start with. So I'm gonna do like, crop it, and then move it up here. Okay, now you can kind of tell that that's the little white box is overlapping. An easy way to fix this is you edit and you go all the way to blend. It only really works on white for stuff like this. This is why I did a white background. And if you go to multiply, okay, and now you can see that it doesn't have that white box anymore blocking it. But if you move it outside of the logo, you can't tell that it doesn't. It just works better. So I don't feel like pulling up that photo multiple times. So we're going to duplicate it, edit, crop, and still there. We're just going to switch up which reaction button it is. Okay. And since it was duplicated, it's already on the multiply edit, so we don't have to do that again. Right. We're going to do the same thing we did with the love. Right. Okay, so now we've got the reactions, we've got the logos. Now, just something that makes it look better to me is adding lines to it. If I can spell. Okay. Some days I cannot. Okay. I prefer thin lines. So there we go. Now, obviously this one was white, so it's blending in. Just change the color. Right? And if you see that little yellow line, that's to guide you. It'll show you, that it's in the middle. Now, when it's a small line like that, it's really hard to tell, but it is in the middle. Okay? And just press the check mark, then tap on it again, duplicate. There we go. Okay, so this is where I get into kind of making sure that it's a little more lined up. It's kind of just your preference on what looks the best to you. And there you go. So again, you just press the yellow box at the top, save it, and now you post it and people can react to it, and it's not something that's already circulated around Facebook, so you're going to get a little more boost on it. So there's an interaction post. We've done a quote. Okay, so story slides. So as you can see, I have a couple already in there. Those are your projects. So if you just press, this down arrow in the top left, it saves it and it becomes a project. So anytime you want to just kind of update it, you can easily just go into your projects and tap on it and edit, and there you go. So if we're doing story slides, we're going to use this background. Okay. Now for this, I do like to go over to the story form that I'm going to use just because it just makes me feel better. So I don't know if it's really that different sometimes, but that's what we're going to do. Okay. So we've got a cute watercolor background. And again, I use Lightroom a crap ton, so I'm just going to use this photo. Okay. So now you have a photo, size it to how you want it. We're just gonna make this a vote for more info slide, but you can literally do this for any kind of slide. If you want to do a before and after, if you want to do a sale photo or just more information, a benefits, like whatever kind of business you have, because literally anything I'm showing you, you can apply to any business. It's not particular to It Works or any one company. So for more info, again, you can change the font. Let's go with that. Now, for me, I don't like the look of that. So if you make it smaller, it's all in one line. Okay. Now typically I might even just leave it like that, but put that behind it. Now obviously that's still a little hard to see, so there. The essence is there, makes it look cool. I don't know. Design it how you want. I've seen it many different ways. This is just an easier way to show you what to do. When it came to my featured photo, which this photo, it's not amazing. And maybe if you took more time, you could figure it out a little bit better. I didn't want it to have a white background. So if I had done a white background, it probably would have looked a little bit better. But I'm going to show you how I made this. So I'm going to just choose a white background for this. Again, I already had these images on here, but I just Pinterest all of these images, specifically the watercolor kind, and I cropped that out. Okay, and then edit. The same thing that we did with the React, we're going to do with this and switch it to multiply. So this helps if your background color is different. As you can see, it doesn't have that white box. So if I left it yellow and we switched it back, see how you have that white box? Switch to multiply, it's not there anymore. You have a lot of different options. Multiply is my favorite because I have no real use for any of those at this moment, but okay, so we've got multiply. I'm gonna switch this back to white for right now. Okay. Of course, if you follow my stuff, you know I love tacos, so. Okay. Now for this one, I'm just gonna leave it as 3. I had technically 4. That Margarita is a separate one because you can see right at the edge of the taco, it overlaps a little bit, but it wasn't noticeable, so I went with it. But for this, we're just gonna do the 3. Again, just go over to multiply. And there you go. This was my feature photo because this is my brand, Stitch, Mexican food, and on the other one I had coffee because I love coffee. So things like this, it's just kind of goes back to attraction marketing, and I have some videos on that, and I'm gonna make more, and you can look at some, but this is what I did. Hopefully that helps you some. If not, you can message me and I can give you a couple more details, and we can talk about something specific to whatever project you're working on, and I can help you with that. But I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos that I do for you guys. Bye.